Two brand new brushes from Ionic. These are just released, brand new. I was really excited about these because there's been a lot of talk, a lot of hype around rinse bars. This new brush has a built-in rinse bar integrated into the centre of the brush. And there's an alternative one here which has two fan jets. Now I'll show you the difference between these and the original brush from Ionic. We can see a lot more bristles down the middle, and we've got two pencil jets on each side of this one. And now you have this one here with the rinse bar. Okay, you can see the bristles are that little bit more spaced apart, and of course there's a section of bristles that's been taken out from the middle as well. Other brushes I've used, the bristles tend to be a bit more spread out, and I think I prefer that as it allows a flow of water as you're working. So this was a really welcome change. The other thing you'll really notice when you're working with this is it's much lighter, so it's much easier to use, much better moving it around the window. You really notice that. Now these change over really quick and easily. They're so easy on this vertigo pole, just really as simple as that. Now when I was using these, I've noticed on the rinse bar, and you're using it on the window, the length is quite narrow, so that when you're washing around the frame, it can be a little bit frustrating that the water's not getting right to the ends of the brush. I guess that's a downside of having the rinse bar situated inside the brush like that, rather than maybe over the top rinse bars. So that was something I didn't find quite so good about it. But what is really good about it is it's throwing a lot of water on the window, so the rinse was definitely much quicker. I think what I was expecting was much finer jets of water coming out of this rinse bar. They are quite chunky sort of jets of water, so you are getting a lot of water on the glass. The hydrophobic glass that I was using it on, you could really notice that I was getting a much better rinse on that type of glass, and much quicker as well. So although you're using a lot more water, I haven't quite decided yet whether I'm actually using more water, because it is taking a lot less time to actually rinse that window. So like I say, it's my first experience of a rinse bar. What I really need to do is make some comparisons over some other rinse bars to see how they compare. The other brush here, it's probably down to preference whether you prefer the rinse bar or, you know, everyone's got a slightly different way of working. Again, the same thing, they're throwing a lot of water at the window, which is great because you're getting a really nice rinse on hydrophobic glass, and it's taking a lot less time to do the rinse, so I am finding I'm working quicker. But a similar thing, they're quite narrow in the brush, and I'm finding it tough just trying to get water to the very edges of the brush. So that the way I work normally, I'm finding I'm having to move the brush a lot more from side to side just to try and get into the corners of the frame when I'm trying to wash the frame. So it's a little bit of a downside I'm finding. I've used other brushes where the jets are situated much further to the end of the brush. A nice fan jet will make sure the water gets right to the edges of the bristles as well. So they are a really nice brush. The bristles on these brushes, by the way, are really sturdy. Some brushes that have got really soft bristles, but these ones are really quite sturdy. It's the ends of the bristles that really do the work. These ones are quite sort of sharp bristles at the end, and they really get into the glass. So what you've got here is this one is really great for a first clean, maybe where the windows are really dirty. This one will really cut through the dirt really nicely. And then these other two are really good for like a regular clean, where maybe it's not so dirty, but you've got to get a really nice flow of water from these as well. So they're a really nice set of brushes to have. I've reviewed this vertigo pole for you as well, but they're about to release a new version of this that's lighter, a new lighter version of this. So maybe I'll just wait for that. And it's a tubeless system on this pole, so once you've connected, there's no having to mess around with tubes up the inside of the pole or anything like that, because it's all integrated into the pole. So it's a really nice system. I'm planning to try out loads more equipment this spring, and I've got loads more coming up on my channel, so make sure you subscribe, check out my other videos as well, and I hope you find them helpful, and thanks for watching. See you again soon.